Hello everyone, welcome. Maya Yusuf here. So very happy to come live with you today because I'm very excited about today's topic. It is how to achieve Tarab in 3 simple steps. So let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. Hello, I can see people hopping in. Welcome. So if you're watching live, drop me a heart or whatever, and if you're watching the replay, then comment as well. So what I'm gonna do before we dive into this is that I'm going to share this video into my Facebook group, so bear with me 1 second while I do that. Hello, share, and it's called Learn Qanun Online. And Qanun is confusing, and the spelling of Qanun is confusing. It's Q-A-N-U-N. Share to a group. Learn. Voila. Here we are, done. Excellent. So, before we share about how to achieve Tarab, what is Tarab? A lot of people give it different definitions, but I like to think of it as a state of ecstatic joy when your audience is completely in a state of trance and completely immersed in the music. And very often you will hear your audience, if you're in an Arab country, shouting at you saying Allah, which means it's exactly like ole. So, and if you are not getting that interaction, or at least, then you would know that there's something wrong with your performance. So, and it's a it's an art to get your audience to that state. And Tarab comes from the word mutrib, and mutrib is a singer, and obviously, so in a way you're sort of like aiming to almost make your instruments sing. Obviously, as instrumentalists, there's no way we can make the instrument sing. However, we can go around it, and that is by 3 different tips. Number 1, you need to know that some maqams are more they achieve the state of tarab better than other maqams. So, like for instance, the most easy example is the rast, maqam rast. So you're very likely to get an Allah if you just, bring in that flavor. My tuning is not great, but excuse me. This is a very Tarabi flavor. So you need to understand, and also the Bayati has that flavor very much. So understand that some maqams are very easier to use to take your audience to that state than other maqams. And I like to think of maqams as in colors and in shades, because I am a very visual person, and I experience music in a very visceral way. Another hack, and that's a very, very powerful hack, is that you obviously need to know the colors of the maqam, or the moods of the maqam, or the emotion that the maqam conveys. So some maqams are darker than others. Like for instance, the sabah, it's naturally one of the most sad maqams in Arabic music. In fact, some people call it the weeping maqam. So if I am gonna play, it's very hard to make this a joyful maqam. It's possible. Some people Raqsat City is an example of that. But still it has that melancholy, that that shajan in Arabic, that you cannot take it from maqam saba, really. So one powerful hack is to know the darker maqams and the bright maqam, and to transition from the dark to the light. It's like, it creates almost an ecstatic experience, you know. It's like and breathe. Like, for instance, if I'm playing Sabah. Did you see what happened? So I went from the Sabah to the Bayati, and because of, there was almost that sense of catharsis in that movement, and that will naturally take your audience to that state of, you know, even saying Asa to Allah in their heart, or maybe, you know, expressing it loudly. So that's hack number 2. Hack number 3 is one of my favorites. It's something that my teacher used to tell me to do, and I actually never appreciated the importance of it until now, which is to take one simple phrase and just to repeat it over and over. Like, a very ideal example of that is lahat or layali, you know, when a singer just basically says one word, or ya layli ya layl, and they say the same thing in like a million different ways. So like, for instance, something like really simple, like da, 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 da. So just you can just find like do you see what I mean? So, and you can create that with syncopation, with like variations on rhythm, or even or slightly like pushing the rhythm, like almost singing it. You know, so it's like almost you're singing it. Again, you're achieving tarab by singing. So it's, again, you're almost emulating the human voice. So here is a hack for you. So take one very simple phrase from 4 notes and play it in 10 different ways at least, and you will find that limitation very, very interesting. And this is a very, very, very powerful way to achieve that, because once you become an artist in creating variations for the same thing, you'll find it's very easy to take your audience to that state. So again, 1, know what maqams are more prone to achieving the state of tarab. Number 2, take your audience from a dark maqam towards the light that creates that catharsis, that opening, that relief. And number 3, create variations. So like, for instance, a really nice example, if you are practicing a form of music called tahmil. Tahmil is basically, I can't remember, I'm trying to remember a melody, but basically a tahmil is it's a musical phrase that gets repeated over and over, and in between the repetitions, each musician improvises. So yeah, play with that. You can compose something, or you can find something online. And so this is all. It's obviously an art, and there's so much more to it, but these are 3 ways that you can take now and apply into your own practice. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you found that helpful. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to hear if you have any questions. And I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Yesterday I had a lot of questions about about tuning tuning the qanun, and I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna go live and show you how best to tune the qanun. So your own life will be easy because obviously we have lots of strings, and this is one of the challenges, to maintain and to keep it in an optimum state, so you will enjoy your playing more. So I wish you a beautiful day, a beautiful Saturday, and I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Bye bye.